Crypto markets in January 2020. Bitcoin fights for 90,000 as institutional flows return and altcoins show life. Market volatility persists as ETF inflows surge past 1 billion. Regulatory clarity inches forward, and traders position for what analysts predict could be a transformative year. Bitcoin fell 2.7% to 90,235, and Ethereum dropped 4.3,120 as of today, reflecting the choppy market conditions that have characterized the early days of the new year. Despite short-term volatility, crypto markets are showing signs of institutional re-engagement following a difficult fourth quarter in 2025. US-listed spot ETFs launched 2026 with strong inflows, signaling the end of a 2-month de-risking period that saw institutions withdraw billions and send Bitcoin and the broader crypto market lower. 11 funds have cumulative registered a net inflow over $1 billion in first 2 trading days of the week. XRP climbs 25% in the first week of January, reaching around $2.40 on Tuesday before pulling back. The token outperformed Bitcoin, which only did 6%, and Ethereum, went 10% over the same time period. Last October, Bitcoin hit a record high of 126,000. Unfortunately, it fell later in the year to lows around 80,000, making the current consolidation around 90,000 a critical test of market sentiment. The crypto market capitalization stands at roughly 3.1 trillion, with institutional participation increasing despite continued caution from retail investors. There's a fragile recovery and it's starting to take shape. 2026 begins. The market finds themselves at a crossroad. 2025 saw Bitcoin reach these new heights and retreat sharply. Traders, institutions, investors, they're carefully reassessing their positions, and the environment marked by both promise and uncertainty. This 126,000 level we hit in October of 2025, the euphoria proved short-lived, right? Years, and the cryptocurrency price has gone down. And, as of today, Bitcoin fell 2.7%, and we're struggling to keep that 90,000 level. But beneath the surface volatility, fundamental shifts are occurring. US spot crypto ETF cumulative trading has crossed 2 trillion on January 2nd, 2026. The milestone took roughly 8 months to reach from 1 trillion, half the time it took to hit the first trillion from launch. This acceleration in trading activity signals a deepening market participation and growing mainstream acceptance of cryptocurrency investment vehicles. Now, the regulatory landscape, it's still evolving, right? The Senate Agriculture Committee has oversight over the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. There's a hearing coming up January 15th, 2026, and it's going to talk about the comprehensive crypto legislation. David Sachs, the White House crypto czar, indicated on X that, Senate will vote on the Clarity Act, which is the Digital Asset Market Clarity, by January 2020. Will this provide the regulatory clarity the industry has long sought for, or will nothing happen? Or will the market get clarity and be unhappy? We'll find out. But Bitcoin continues to battle for 90,000. Why is this important? Even though we fell from the 126,000 level, the daily trading volume stood near 52 billion. All right. And the Bitcoin market, currently trading all choppy range, above 90, below 90, above 90, below 90, is really starting to reflect a fragile balance between this monetary policy expectations, liquidity conditions, and the global risk appetite. The sentiment metrics paint a cautious picture. Crypto Fear Greed Index currently reads 34, underscoring a hesitant mood among investors, despite recent stabilization in the price. So we've gone from improvement from extreme fear levels, but we're still well below neutral territory. What should we expect for the price predictions in 2026, let's see what some experts want to share. So, 2026 trajectory. Will Bitcoin remain this high volatility asset? Will it continue to range between 75,000 to 150,000, right? 110,000. All of these different levels, all these different predictions saying that Bitcoin can go as high as 225,000. It's still creating a lot of uncertainty for the market. And some crypto focused asset managers believe that we're going to get to 120 to 170,000 in 2026, and that's going to be like a conservative play as more of a constructive price action and kind of occurring in the second half of the year. I don't think we're going to get like this massive God candle that everyone's expecting, but I do see consistent grind to the top, nice and easy, slow slope upwards with some short-term volatility along the way, which I believe will be good for traders and great for investors. Now, that's my opinion. Others think, well, Bitcoin may just stay around 90,000 and just hover, and the Fourier cycle is going to kick in and we're going to continue downwards. Will the bears win or will the bulls win? We don't know, but one way to look at this from our perspective at W3MCT is to say, do you think the future is going to be more digital or less digital? If you think the future is going to be more digital, and then you're going to want to be part of the financial technology that we are now using. This is no longer a dream. This is no longer a what if. This is no longer a internet money scheme or magic internet money. This is a new innovative technology to upgrade the current traditional financial rails to the blockchain technology and utilizing digital assets as well. As we continue on into blockchain, we're going to see more AI being used in AI agents. And for those AI agents to communicate effectively to each other and across businesses, well, having a blockchain network available will make things much easier. And then the way they pay for credits and pay for each other, right, is going to be using digital assets. Now, institutional demand and ETF flows. The institutional picture is brightening considerably. Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs kicked off 2026 with the robust inflows, recorded about 470 million or so in net inflows, with all 12 funds posting positive inflows. BlackRock's IBIT led with 200, followed by Fidelity's FBTC at 88 million and Bitwise BitB at 41 million. BlackRock's IBIT spot Bitcoin ETF continues to dominate with approximately 70% market share by volume, demonstrating the concentration of institutional interest among top-tier financial products. This cumulative net inflows into US BTC spot ETFs remain strong at 56 billion, with the total net assets of 113 billion, representing about 6.4% of Bitcoin's market cap. So we also are excited about Bitcoin, but what about altcoins, right? What about layer twos? What about EVM compatibility and NFTs? And what's going on with Ethereum and major altcoins? Is there any possibility for that ecosystem to come back? I mean, Ethereum dropped 4.1%. It's underperforming Bitcoin in days trading. However, Ethereum's year-to-date performance, well, I mean, year-to-date is funny because we just started the new year, okay? Up 2%, but we're really not going to get about that, right? 9% in January. That doesn't mean anything. Bitcoin's ETFs, right, generated approximately 21.8 billion in net inflows during 2025, while Ethereum ETFs added around 9.8 billion, right? So we can see a massive difference between the two. However, it may not be a lot, but at the same time, it's better than zero. And it still shows that there's still a significant institutional appetite for the second largest cryptocurrency. Ethereum ended 2025 with nearly 100 billion in TVL, which stands for total value locked, and roughly 68% of the DeFi, decentralized finance market share, solidifying its position as the dominant platform for decentralized finance applications. XRP Army, where are you? The explosive in 2026, is it happening? XRP emerged, right? XRP climbed 25%. Like I said, it's just the beginning of the year. Let's not get too excited. However, people are saying this is the hottest crypto trade of the year. It's definitely not Bitcoin. It's definitely not Ethereum. It's XRP. I don't know about all that, but XRP does have a large community, and they are, well, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. The surge was driven by multiple factors, and XRP seems to be making a lot of network connections and doing a lot of collaborations on the back end. And so because of that, they continue to make massive market shifts. And it may not show directly into the price. However, they are more active than the majority of projects out there. And it's crazy because in the beginning, everyone gave XRP a lot of slack. And well, where are those projects that were saying XRP this, XRP is not this, XRP is not that? They're the ones that are still here. They have liquidity, they have connections, they got real players helping them. Decentralized, centralized, all these other things that everyone was saying before, and I was one of them as well, is no longer relevant when it comes to this ecosystem. And it's just showing growth and opportunity comes to those that continue to stay on the path. Many projects that have zero or to no liquidity, or they're dying, they're not going to reverse, they're not coming down, right? They painted a picture and they gave everybody hopes and dreams, and they're saying, oh, this is going to be the next Ethereum, the next Solana, the next Bitcoin, the next, right? It's nonsense, a whole bunch of nonsense. If you're providing a use case, a real world use case, you will survive and you will do well. Projects that don't provide a use case are not necessary. And the market is starting to show that. And that's why as we go into Solana, Cardano, and other major altcoins, Solana rose 12%. Solana does provide a great use case. Solana offers opportunity, a great network that can handle a massive amount of transactions per second. Like they have the Solana Seeker, the mobile phone, collaborations. Solana is an ecosystem now that is continuing to grow and is starting to gain a lot of market share. And I would see into the future that Solana will continue to grow. And I see a future where it's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana as the top three. And so we shall see if Solana does take over eventually. We'll take a look at the list afterwards. So the ETF revolution and more. So there's a lot more on our blog site. You guys can go check it out. It's available for the full page here at w3mct.com/blog. You can read our crypto markets in January 26, right? Bitcoin fights for 90K. And if you're interested in some more, we have some really new articles and blog posts that you guys think, we think that you're going to like. It's all available here for you right now. And to help this page continue to go and be helpful to all of you, we are an affiliate partner of Tangem and Keystone Pro. If you're interested in learning about more of how to secure your digital assets, or if you would like to get a crypto wallet, please use one of our links here at w3mct.com. We are an official affiliate partner with Tangem and Keystone. Find the right wallet for you. You can go ahead and answer our short 6-question quiz, which wallet is right for you, and it'll let you know. Thank you. Catch you guys on the next one.